What's going on YouTube? I'm Honor6, and this is Hearthstone. I haven't really played Hearthstone competitively in probably 2 or 3 years, so what I did is I disenchanted every card of value I had just to make 3 decks that currently fit the meta. We're going to be trying one of them out today, probably Mage, since I think it's the best duo Mage. Try to jump into the game. Yeah, I used to play, I played Hearthstone even back in the closed beta. I got an invite. I played it a ton. But I stopped playing around TGT because college took a lot of money, so I couldn't actually play by buying cards anymore. I'm also really low on the ladder at the moment since I haven't played in a really long time, so hopefully that lets us get an easy win. Alright, Mage Mirror. This low on ladder, I'm hoping he doesn't have a deck as good as mine. Hope. This is not really good. On Hearthstone ladder nowadays, you can run into any pro player at any rank for some reason, or they'll be playing the same decks as pro players. Yeah, that freeze isn't that big. This Mage Mirror matchup as it is against Warrior. I don't net deck, but my decks are certainly inspired by net decks because net decks use the big, awesome cards that everyone wants to use. But I try to make my own stuff without looking at the internet for help. So I usually don't do very well, but hopefully we do alright today. Alright. So if you're wondering why we're both mage and we have different portraits, this is the free mage portrait, and this is the one that you can pay $10 for. I chose not to do that, because I thought paying for hero portraits was stupid. If you ever played Hearthstone before, you can mess around with the board while you wait for slow people to make decisions. He's just gonna ping this for the free trade. That's what I would do. He may not do that. Oh, I should have saved the Frost Shard guy. So the way elementals work is if you played an elemental, like that little elemental tag down there, in the previous turn, you get a bonus effect from it. So that's the main reason that other elemental was in this deck, and I should have saved him. This deck is kind of like elemental control mage that really relies on Death Knight Jaina to kind of close out the game with controlling aspects. He didn't trade, which I think is weird. So I'll go ahead and trade. I should have played Primordial Shard first. That was a rookie move. Then take Mirror Entity, since it's the best value card. If he plays any sort of minion, I get the same minion for practically free. It's just he gets to choose what minion I get. Usually this lower ladder, they just play big minions and the biggest minion they have first. So I'm hoping for that. If I was higher up in the ladder, I probably wouldn't have picked that one. Yeah, that was awesome. Like, now I get this thing, and this thing's awesome. So that's really awesome. Now I have it, and he doesn't. So the biggest thing with Hearthstone is we call it tempo. So it's pretty much like if you play Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, it's about board control mostly. Like you're allowed to attack the face whenever, as long as they don't have something with taunt. You shouldn't do that. You should be clearing off the board as much as possible. Simply because then at some point you just simply overwhelm him and you'll hit him for like 12 or 15 damage in a single turn. I'm not really scared of this, but I'm scared of what it means is coming next turn, because this is an elemental, like I was saying with this one, playing elemental in the previous turn. Elementals get a bonus effect usually, and this is just a small activator elemental, so it could mean something bigger is coming. It probably means something bigger is coming. I'm just gonna do that. He's one turn away from like the really big elemental, so hopefully nothing comes of that. And I'm gonna just poke him in the face. So yeah, I tend to only hit the face when there's no creatures on his board or minions on his board. There's another activated elemental. That one's more annoying. So yeah, when there's nothing here, or in certain circumstances, like when nothing can attack, I'll hit the face, or like if I'm really close to winning, and he's got like a bunch of little minions, I'll ignore them and just hit the face. That'll be cool in a minute. This I want to neutralize before it gets huge. That will go ahead and just kill. No sense in playing this on that. This will freeze his entire board, so I don't really care about the one attack if he wants to hit me. Yeah, that's the really big elemental I was talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of, could freeze it. Yeah, save these for later. These are better, like, crowd control cards. But yeah, so what this thing does is if you play an elemental in the last turn, it does 5 damage to whatever you want on the board. This thing's pretty crazy. I don't play this one in my elemental deck, this deck, but I probably should. I'm guessing he's like playing almost the exact same deck I am at this point. Playing lots of elementals. He's kind of controlling my board instead of going for face. So this at the start of my next turn destroys all the minions on the board, and what you do to protect that is you freeze it with all their minions so they can't attack. So he needs a really big spell is what it is, and looks like he's got it. That was a really bad play. So he just needlessly sacked this. Oh. Alright. Oh, I got a bonus star. Yeah, so I'm guessing he saw that play he made and just conceded. Because he was ashamed. Let's try to get one more. Let's do the priest. I like this priest deck. It's a Raza control priest deck, which means I only have one of every card instead of 2 of every card in my deck. And it's with Shadow Reaper Anduin, who refreshes its hero power and does 2 damage after you play that card. So it's pretty cool, especially when you play with Raza and you get a free hero power. You just spread like 10 damage every turn for free. It's pretty cool. It's a little hard to get started. I know the net deck version of it is like the second best deck in the meta right now. I don't play the net deck version, so it might not work out as well. I've only played it twice before. I won both games. They were closer than they should have been this low on the ladder. And wow, now I get a priest mirror. That's interesting. Going second, that sucks. None of these cards are what we want in open hand. Although they are all cool cards. That is not much better. That one's alright. These two kind of suck early. This, I can't play this till turn 7. And that's if I keep the coin. So, that's a hard one to keep. For some reason, this is like my favorite board to mess with, even though like you can hardly do anything. Oh, you mind visions. I wasn't paying attention. I was busy poking flowers. Okay. Priest Mirror. Hopefully he's not the priest deck I am. That would be cool. Because that other guy, if he had played right, would have destroyed me because he was getting his elementals and I wasn't. Okay, so that's a free-to-play card, generally, so in theory, he's not playing as good a deck as we are. Yeah, this is the second time I'm now recording the priest deck. First time I did it, and I forgot to drop my mic down on my headset, so you could kinda hear me, but not really. But the first time I played, it was like a free-to-play hunter who was just playing tons of beasts. And he almost overwhelmed me, but I actually outlasted him at the end simply because my deck was better. Which when you play good decks is something that happens, especially low on the low ladder. You end up just out-surviving your opponents a lot of the time. So this card is, if I guess which card he has in his deck. Oh, and this is... Okay, well I know I only have that one. Alright, so I'll kind of explain right there. So he played this card, copy a random card in your opponent's hand and put it in your hand. So, and then this card, I look at 3 cards from his deck. If I can guess which one was in his deck, I get a copy of it. So since those were all priest cards, I take a peek at it and like, I know that this is the only priest card out of those 3 that I actually have, so it had to be that one. Which is cool, because I get a second mind control, but it's going to sit in my hand for a really long time, and I already have a really high value hand, so I might start losing cards here in a minute. Would not be good. Alright, so I see 2 options here. Actually, it's not the 2 options I thought it was, but yeah, I have 2 options. I can either coin and Holy Nova to wipe his board a little bit and just get more cards out of my hand since I have so much high value in here, and I need to start worrying about losing cards when I draw because I'm only allowed to have 10 cards in my hand. Or I can just play this and try to gain board control. I think it's more valuable to try to get the cards out of my hand right now, though. And then I'm going to go ahead and kill that, stop his draw power. This thing's cool. It's not really good. It spawns a 1/1 at the end of his turn, as long as this thing has health to give up. I guess it'll kill itself to summon a 1/1. So, like, way back in the day, this was really good, but now it's not so great. Especially with cards like this. This deals 1 damage to all minions. So if he's got like 5 imps out there, I just kill them all and get 5 health for it. This was a really cool combo card like 4 years ago when the game first came out, but now that there's new stuff, it's not so great. Go ahead and play that. I'm not playing off curve. I could be more mana efficient. I could kind of have a combo with it next turn, so that's what I'm hoping for. That he doesn't kill it. This card's cool. He has a copy of a card from my opponent's deck, and that's my hand when it dies. That's what Death Rattle means. Okay, there you go, it dies. Unless he goes face. Go face. Oh, no, now he's totally gonna trade. Or not. Wow. I don't get that. Why would you not trade? Oh, because he only has 2 attack. Okay. Alright, that was a good turn. His board was getting a little scary, but we were able to deal with it pretty well. This card gives 3 health to any friendly minion you want. It's really good. I'm going to silence that. This card was really good and really early. So yeah, he's totally playing a free-to-play account, by the way. This card was really good. Whenever it takes damage, it gets +3 attack, and what the standard thing to do is, like, just give it tons of health so it keeps getting attack. I'm just gonna silence it, though. Because now this is not threatening at all. I have a feeling I'm gonna steamroll this guy starting next turn because my hand has crazy late game value. This card's crazy good, this card's crazy good, these are crazy good, this card's awesome. He can trade. Oh, I don't know why he's not trading your priest. You need to control better. Unless he's got another board clear. No, he's got a heal. So I'm just gonna trade and play Lich King, because Lich King is really good. He gives you crazy powerful cards at the end of every single turn you have, which are not normally available to people for deck building. Plus, he makes a cool animation, as you just saw. So I got Frostborn, which that's arguably one of the best ones he can give you. For every minion, when this card breaks, it gets 3 uses. It does 5 damage for each use you use. I summon every single minion that this card killed, which that's insane. Nope, I almost played the wrong card. That would have been bad. So now when this breaks, I get Ascension Shieldmaster, sadly without the buff that he gave it. But now my idea for winning is to break this on turn and probably mind control something on the same turn to just super overwhelm him on the same turn that he just can't keep up with it. That would be ideal. Destroy all minions, remove the top card from the deck for each one you put. I hate this one. This is like the worst one you could get, in my opinion. It's really good if you're way behind, but I'm ahead at the moment, at least board-wise. So, alright, so he's intentionally not allowing me anything to seal with that. So I'm just gonna keep building my board and try to overwhelm him. At this point, I'm just gonna go face. He's clearly on the heels, and I just want to finish it out. Give your minions +2/+2. This is like the best one you can get, in my opinion. This one is crazy. Like, you buff every single minion you have on the field, which if I do that on this guy, that's crazy. Because this thing is crazy. So there you go. He knew he lost. But yeah, that guy, every damage he deals, he heals my hero for it too. Alright, YouTube. That was a pretty good one to end on. I'll see you next time.